Hey, hey, hey! So today we're gonna do a follow-up review. I did a first impressions of this product and I've used it quite a bit and I have some thoughts, so we're gonna go ahead and do that review today. I obviously don't have makeup on because I'm gonna kind of put this on while we talk about it. So this is the Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence with 5% bakuchiol, whatever it is. Hydro Fresh Tint. So I've been using this for a while and I have some thoughts. Okay, first off, this is what it looks like when you squirt it out. Hopefully y'all can see that. It's very, very runny. It's very liquidy. It tells you on the container to, let's see, what does it says? Micro droplet technology, pigmented capsules, blend easily. Okay, no. Directions: blend between fingers or with a brush to activate tint. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Tinted micro droplets and then apply onto face. So this is what happens when you blend it together. Okay, and I have Fair 10, which is like I think the lightest color. So when I put it on my face, I tried it as a foundation for a really long time. And I tried it with a brush, and I tried it with a sponge, and I tried it, you know, putting it on my hand and like rubbing, you know, getting the droplets broken up so that you get the actual color. I tried rubbing it between my fingers like this. It's still not very good, and it's still, you know, I have dry skin. It feels incredibly oily. It leaves a shiny residue. You know, it's not great. The dry down isn't bad, but it's also not great as a foundation. So I looked up, I was like, maybe I'm using it wrong. I looked up how to use it or like tips or whatever, and it says you can also use it as a primer. I think I saw that on Ulta, Sephora, maybe on the actual website. But you can use it as a primer beneath your makeup. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I've been using this as a primer, and I have to say, as a foundation, I don't like this. As like a skin tint, I don't really like it. I am somebody who typically likes more coverage. I'm the type of person who I could go for full coverage year round just because I have so much redness in my face. When you apply this directly to your skin, it doesn't feel bad. Like, it doesn't burn. There's no real strong scent to it. I mean, there might be a slight scent, but there's really not much at all. And you can see, like, when I blend it on my face, you can see some color popping up. And I thought for a long time, maybe I got the wrong color. I thought, I don't know, you know, maybe I got a bad batch. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of people review this and they don't like it, and it's kind of for similar reasons as to why I don't like it, and it's quite interesting to me. So I started using this as a primer, and I have to say it works much, much better. As a primer, it works pretty good. You know, it plays well with most other products I've found. Not all other products. Like some of the products that I've worked with, that I've used do, and I'm having to put a lot on because for me, like, I like to cover up my redness, but like, okay. So there have been a couple of products where it didn't really work too well with them and it either bunched up. I will say that I have noticed since using this as a face primer, and maybe I'm using just like too much of it, that's probably it, because I am using a ton of it, but it's really hard to gauge how much you're using because you break up the little capsules, and sometimes when you squirt it out you get a lot of them and sometimes you don't. So it's really hard to gauge how much you're using with this. But I will say, like, the coverage just like this is okay. So if that's the coverage that you want, then sure, you know, it could be like a foundation, but for me, no, that's not what I want. So it works much, much better for me as a primer. A skin tint, like, I told my husband, I think right after I used it, it's like if somebody who had never heard of foundation, never used a foundation product before in their life, decided that they were going to make foundation, and it's like a whisper of a hint of a foundation. Like, it's barely anything. you know. The dry down is not very, I was gonna say it's not very good. It's not bad. It feels good on your skin. Like I said, you know, I put foundations over it. It looks really, really good. I don't have an issue with that. However, at the $22 price point for CoverGirl, I think it's way, way too expensive. I don't think this is a bad product as a primer, but I would not buy it again. I wouldn't purchase it again. I mean, I'll use it up. But it's frustrating because I feel like I'm having to use a ton of it and a ton of it and a ton of it, you know, and even as a primer, and you have to use other products with it. You know, I tried it with multiple kinds of brushes. I tried it with a sponge. I tried it with my fingers. I tried it putting it on my hand and blending it in, putting it on something else and blending it in. It's just, it's not great. And I have dry skin, and if you love it, I think that's great. I'm happy that it works for you. It doesn't really work for me. Other than like as a primer, and I feel like with, you know, e.l.f. has some pretty good primers out for like $10, so $22 for this, yeah, I don't, sorry, I'm not gonna pay for this again. Yeah, so let me finish my makeup, and we will finish this review. Okay, so I finished all of my makeup. The foundation that I have been using with this, or one of the foundation, because I've tried this with different, I use this as a primer with different foundations too. So not only with brushes and sponge and fingers and all that stuff, but I've used different kinds of foundations. I used a Wet n Wild stick foundation. I've used this Revlon Colorstay the Longwear foundation. Love this. This is actually a repurchase, so absolutely love, love, love this foundation. And the Maybelline Skin Tint. And of course this Superstay, you know, hybrid powder foundation I put under my eyes, but I do use that. I don't use it as a foundation, I just put it under my eyes, but I do use it. So with that said, I like how this feels on my skin, and I feel like they encourage, you know, it's kind of like skincare and foundation. No, not really. I feel like on the skincare part, it doesn't feel bad on the skin. Like, it feels good. It feels nourishing. It does leave an oily sheen if you just put it on by itself. You don't put anything over it. It leaves an oily sheen to me. You know, so you may have a different experience. I don't know. It's very, very liquidy, and it's not creamy, like watery. There's got to be oil or something else that's in there in the formula. I'm gonna, okay, I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm just gonna be honest, we're gonna talk this out. I want to give this a 3 out of 5 because I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's kind of right in the middle, right? Like, I wouldn't repurchase it again, but I will keep using it as a, you know, I got it to work a little bit for me. Like, I don't hate the product. It's not something that I'm eager to be done with so that I can be done with it and throw it away. But at the same time, it's not something that I find myself excited to reach for every day. This one, when I do my makeup, I'm excited to reach for this. I see that I'm using this when I grab it, and I'm like, yes, I get to use the good foundation. That's the thoughts that go through my head, okay? This, it's kind of like, yay, you know. It's not bad as a primer, but for $22, no, absolutely not. Not when I have a perfectly good e.l.f. primer for $10, and I have, of course, because I was with BoxyCharm, I have umpteen, you know, primers from that. But when e.l.f. makes some good ones at $10, and I know Wet n Wild makes some that are like $10 or less, even if you were to find another drugstore primer that was this price, it probably works better than this one, I'm sorry. It's too expensive. And I have to say, when I got it, I was like, this was $22. This tiny little thing for $22. And I've used it for a month, and it does have an air pump. So you can actually see, like, when you're getting close to running out, which is really nice with products. Okay, because products like this, they don't have an air pump. What happens is the foundation coats the outer part of the bottle, and you can't always see like where it is unless you like hold it up to the light and kind of, you can see. But this you can actually tell. So that's a definite plus. But here's my issue. I'm torn between giving it a 3 because I don't like it, but I don't hate it. and giving it a 2 because of the price point, because it's so frustrating to try and get it to work. I feel like me as a makeup reviewer, or as somebody who does this, you know, I come on YouTube and I do makeup videos, I can spend, you know, time trying to get this to work for me. I can use this multiple times. I have different tools I can use. I have a sponge, I have brush. Obviously I have my fingers I can use. I have these different things that I have available to me, and I have the time to sit and play with it and try and figure it out. I feel like your average consumer is not going to do that. You're not going to do that. My mother would try this, and if she liked the oily sheen, or if she liked, you know, the way it was on her skin, she would continue to use it. But if it didn't work, she would chuck it. She would use it once, and if she didn't like it, that would be it. And she would be trying to give it to somebody, okay? Because she just doesn't like it. And if you're somebody who needs to be out the door in 5 minutes, this is not the product for you. This is absolutely not the product for you. It takes time to kind of get a feel for this product. And like I said, it could fully be me, that I'm applying it wrong, even though I'm doing what it says on the bottle to do. You know, I finally got it to work as a primer, but I didn't buy it as a primer. I bought it as a foundation. You know, and as a foundation, my husband and I were actually talking while I was finishing my makeup, and he said it looks streaky when I just put it on by itself. It looks streaky, it looks shiny, it makes me, somebody who's dry, look extremely oily. And that's not what you want in a foundation. So it's kind of like the perks of it. I got it to work as a primer, which grants it the 3, but then I take it back down to the 2 because it's like I had to work so hard to get there, and I had to look it up. And I feel like your average consumer, they're not going to do that. They should not have to think. Like with mascaras, you know, the telescopic lift mascara was a good mascara, except it was one that you had to kind of learn how to use. So it's not for people like my mother who are just, you just want to buy something and just be able to put it on. You don't want to have to sit there and like watch videos, which she's not going to do, or look it up, which she's also not going to do, on how to use it. It should be, you know, you put it on your fingers, you put it on a brush or a sponge. I think we all know that that's how you put foundation on, right? And you apply that to your skin. It's that simple. And this product is extremely difficult to use. It's a huge learning curve. And for that, I'm going to knock it down to a 2. I'm going to stick with a 2 out of 5 on this one. The price, it's just not worth it. And, you know, I watched a video where Teresa is dead, who, if you don't follow her or not subscribe to her, you need to go check her videos too. She reviewed this, and she has dry skin as well. And she actually has tried the rest of the Covergirl, the Simply Ageless line, and she's like, it's really good. But this one isn't. And I struggle with this one. Even using it as a primer, I struggle, because it's like you don't know when you have enough, just because sometimes, like I said, when you squirt out the droplets, sometimes you get like 80% oil and like 20% droplets. Sometimes you get 50 and 50. Sometimes you get 60, 40. It's completely different every single time you pump it out. And for that, it makes it very inconsistent. And for me to have to try as much as I did to make it work for me, no, absolutely not. This is a 2 out of 5. CoverGirl, do better. I'm sorry. And like I said, if this works for you, if you're like, I love this as a foundation, then that's awesome. Great for you. I'm so happy for you. But this is also, to me, this is like a foundation for people who have really good skin, and they just kind of want to, like your skin but better. They just want that extra glow. You know, and I don't have bad skin, but I do have a lot of redness. So if you have redness, if you have breakouts, if you have dark spots, if you have freckles, if you have anything that you're trying to cover up, this isn't going to do the job. It's just not. I will say that, you know, after using it for so long, as far as skincare benefits, you know, my skin doesn't feel any worse, but I definitely have not looked at it and seen a lot of stuff that's like better. In fact, the other night I noticed that I had dark circles under my eyes that I could see, and I've never seen them before. So there's that. And I haven't changed my skincare routine at all. I haven't introduced any new products, anything like that. So this product just ain't it for me. And I have dry skin, really, really dry skin. So let me know in the comments if you've tried this product, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you have any tips for people who are using this product, please leave them in the comments, because I think we would all appreciate it. If you know a hack to using this product that I didn't mention, that I didn't talk about, that I didn't try, let me know. Listen, I am going to keep using this, and if by some chance I actually come to like really love this product and highly recommend it, I'll do another video talking about it. Of course I will. But as of right now, it's a 2 out of 5 for me. This is not a repurchase. You know, this is, am I sad that I purchased it? A little, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Yeah. That $22 could have, you know, half a tank of gas. So, yeah. Yeah. So let me know in the comments if you've tried this and all of your thoughts. If you've personally tried it. I don't want, like, if you've heard somebody try it. Like, if you have personally tried it and if you loved it or if you didn't love it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I think we would all appreciate that. We can have a little discussion on tips and tricks and all that. But yeah, so like this video if you like this video. Don't forget to go follow me over on the Instagram. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video, because you never know what kind of content's gonna pop up over here on this channel. I thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all very, very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!